So it's Sunday morning here today in Southwest Scotland, and I'm showing a bit of dedication to you guys. Thank you so much for reaching 100,000 subscribers. My aim was to reach about 10,000 subscribers. I've kind of smashed that 5 and a bit months after I started. So thank you so much. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, make sure you do, because it really helps me out, and you guys will see the videos more easily. So we are back here. So we were here the other day. This cow had the blob of pus and blood coming out of her front right foot, and I'm here today to check up and see how she's doing. She looks like she's much more comfortable right now, but I need to make sure that she is healing as well as we can hope to make her heal. So let's get her in the crush and see what's happening. Watch as I blow, I'll never be. So as you can see, I'm actually not using my crush today. I'm using this crush here because it's much easier just to use the one that's on the farm, which is already set up, and saves me washing mine just for the sake of one cow. This crush actually has a special kind of place in my heart, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys will notice, but there's one of these crushes at almost every farm that I go to. Not quite everyone, but almost. And these were actually made by my stepfather, who initially taught me foot trim, or at least showed me a bit of the ropes. Now, Davey actually died just over a year ago now. It's quite nice for me to go to these farms and see these, so many of them. And they actually work really well considering it was such a cheap crush for the time. This cow hasn't actually healed as well as I was hoping. She has started to heal, but not sufficiently. We'll redress it with iodine again and revisit her again in a week's time. Sorry for all the noise today, guys. We're busy feeding the cows. Don't think she's enjoying being in there. Are you? I'm just giving it a little bit more time for that iodine to soak in. One of the most important things to applying blocks successfully is the placement. When it comes to applying these TP blocks, if you're putting on 2, then they need to step back slightly from the toe. They don't come straight up from the toe. If they came straight up from the toe, she would walk back crookedly on this kind of corner, and she would be walking terribly. And also, if you notice, I actually put some glue underneath the back of the block if it's hanging over at all. That way it supports it when the cow puts all of her weight on the heel and there's no flex. If there was flex, it could flick off here, couldn't it? So a lot of the time people have trouble keeping their blocks on. Time. You need to make sure that the glue has sufficient amount of time to set properly. I fast forward it on a lot of videos, so it might look like I don't give it much time, but I do give it a good few minutes. We're going to put the acres from there, across the bottom, and into the main shed. Is that a good idea? What should everybody on YouTube do?
Subscribe to the Hoof GP.
You guys have got a massive advantage over me. You can trim whatever cow you like, revisit her again whenever you like, so 2 or 3 days later, and then you can treat her accordingly. Whereas I only get to trim them every 4 weeks, or every 2 weeks, or whenever you guys give me the actual cow. For cows like 564, It's a serious problem that's wrong with it, and it's going to require intensive therapy if you're ever going to want to get her properly on the road to recovery. So if you have a cow like that, trim her the way I did in the first video, revisit her 3 or 4 days later, and then you'll know what's necessary. In this case, a good clean, a reapplication of iodine, and possibly antibiotics. That's for you or the vet to decide. And I've no doubt that next week when I come back, she will be a lot better than she was. She is better than she was today, but I think we could have got her a little bit better if we'd revisited her a couple of days sooner. 1564. Come on. Good girl. As you can see, she's walking really well right now. Good girl. So, in summation, yes, trim your cow exactly the way I did in the first video, but revisit her a couple of days before I have. Obviously, I'm working flat out, so I can't just pick and choose whenever I want to go and revisit a cow. Plus, it's up to the farmer if he allows me to come into his farm. These guys are good enough to let me do it. Well, benefits the cow too, which is good. So again, massive thank you for 100,000 subscribers. I've got something in the pipeline, but I really didn't expect to reach this milestone so quickly. Otherwise, I would have done something substantial to celebrate it. So from me, the Hoof GP, the guy with the 100,000 subscribers, thank you very much for watching. See ya!
I wish you could see yourself